Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Blue Eye Samurai in the Genshin Impact universe, triggering the 1x2 unexpected element reaction. This tutorial delves into the fascinating hypothetical 1x2 element reaction inspired by the character Mizu from the Netflix animated series Blue Eye Samurai, and how we might implement it within the context of the Genshin Impact elemental reaction system. Disclaimer *: This is a purely theoretical exercise. The 1x2 reaction doesn't exist in Genshin Impact. This tutorial aims to explore how the game's mechanics could be adapted to accommodate such an idea. Concept: the 1x2 reaction, unexpected synergy. The core concept behind the 1x2 reaction revolves around Mizu's dual nature, Japanese and other, in her case, Dutch due to her mixed heritage. This duality could be represented as the interaction of two seemingly incompatible elements, resulting in an unexpected and powerful synergy. The 1x2 moniker alludes to the idea of combining two elements to yield a significantly greater outcome. Potential interpretations for 1x2*. Before diving into the code, let's consider a few interpretations of how the 1x2 reaction could function, drawing inspiration from Mizu's abilities and story. 1. Precision and weakness exploit *: if the target is affected by element A, example electro, applying element B, example geo, triggers a 1x2 reaction, causing increased critical hit rate and damage against that target for a short duration. This embodies Mizu's sharp intellect and skill at exploiting vulnerabilities. 2. Adaptive counter *: the 1x2 reaction changes based on the element affecting the enemy. Applying a specific element to a target afflicted by another creates a unique reaction. For example, *hydro plus pyro * standard vaporize. *cryo plus electro * superconduct. *cryo plus enmo * bitter wind, reduces enemy movement speed and ATK speed. *geo plus dendro * stone roots, restricts enemy movement within a small area. This embodies Mizu's adaptability and ability to find solutions in seemingly impossible situations. 3. Empowered elemental burst * the 1x2 reaction empowers the next elemental burst used within a short window. This could increase the burst's damage, range, or add a secondary effect. This represents Mizu's ability to focus her dual heritage into moments of extraordinary power. Implementation in pseudocode and Genshin-inspired scripting, using Lua-like syntax. Let's focus on the adaptive counter interpretation for our code example. We'll use a simplified Lua-like scripting language similar to what might be used in a game engine, though Genshin Impact's actual engine is unknown. Explanation * 1. Check 1x2 reaction, attacker element, defender element, *. This function is the core logic. It takes the attacker's element and the defender's current elemental status. It checks for predefined combinations that trigger the 1x2 reaction. If a match is found, it returns the name of the reaction and any associated data, damage multiplier, debuff values, etc. If no reaction occurs, it returns nil. 2. Apply elemental effect, target, element, duration, *. This function, a placeholder, would, in a real game, be responsible for applying the elemental status to the target. It would store the element type and its duration. This simplified version just prints a message. 3. Calculate damage, attacker, defender, damage, element, *. This function simulates a damage calculation. It retrieves the defender's current elemental status, calls check 1x2 reaction to see if a reaction is triggered, and then applies the effects of that reaction. Vaporize * simply multiplies the damage by the vaporize multiplier. Asterisk superconduct asterisk reduces the defender's physical resistance. Asterisk bitter wind asterisk reduces the defender's movement speed and attack speed. Asterisk stone roots asterisk, placeholder, would require more complex game logic to immobilize the enemy within a radius. For example usage asterisk the example creates a player and an enemy, hilly Shurel. It then simulates an Enmo attack against a cryo-affected hilly Shurel, triggering the bitter wind reaction. The code then prints the resulting damage and the hilly Shurel's reduced movement speed and attack speed. It further shows an example of superconduct and vaporize. Key considerations and extensions asterisk. Asterisk internal cooldown, ICD like all elemental reactions in Genshin Impact, the 1x2 reaction should have an internal cooldown to prevent it from being triggered too frequently. This can be implemented by storing a timestamp of the last time the reaction was triggered and checking if enough time has passed before allowing it to trigger again. Asterisk elemental mastery asterisk the effects of the 1x2 reaction, damage multipliers, debuff values, should scale with the character's elemental mastery stat. This is a standard mechanic in Genshin Impact. Asterisk talents and constellations asterisk the character who can trigger the 1x2 reaction, presumably Mizu, if she were in Genshin Impact, could have talents and constellations that modify the reaction. For example, asterisk talent asterisk master strategist, increases the duration of the bitter wind effect. Asterisk constellation 1 asterisk blades edge, increases the critical hit rate against enemies affected by bitter wind. Asterisk visual and audio effects asterisk a unique visual effect and sound should accompany the 1x2 reaction to make it feel distinct and satisfying. Advanced implementations, beyond basic code. Asterisk reaction priority asterisk if the defender is affected by multiple elements, you need a system to determine which element takes priority for the 1x2 reaction. This could be based on the order in which the elements were applied, or a priority system assigned to each element. Asterisk area of effect, AOE the 1x2 reaction could have an area of effect, applying its effects to multiple enemies within a radius. Asterisk enemy resistance asterisk enemies could have resistance to specific 1x2 reactions, making them less effective. Asterisk complex debuffs asterisk the bitter wind and stone roots reactions could be implemented with more sophisticated debuff systems, allowing for effects like interruption resistance reduction, stagger, or even temporary invincibility. Asterisk element application logic asterisk Genshin Impact's element application is more intricate than simply apply for X seconds. It has gauges and decay, making elemental application more dynamic. Implementing this properly would require a more complex system of managing elemental application. Challenges and design considerations asterisk. Asterisk balance asterisk the 1x2 reaction needs to be carefully balanced to avoid making it overpowered or underpowered. The effects, multipliers, and durations need to be tuned so that it's a viable option without overshadowing existing elemental reactions. Asterisk clarity asterisk players need to understand how the 1x2 reaction works and which elements trigger it. The in-game descriptions and tutorials need to be clear and concise. Asterisk integration asterisk the 1x2 reaction needs to be seamlessly integrated into the existing Genshin Impact elemental reaction system without creating inconsistencies or conflicts. Asterisk uniqueness asterisk while inspired by existing mechanics, the 1x2 reaction should feel unique and bring something new to the game. Conclusion asterisk. While the 1x2 elemental reaction is purely hypothetical, exploring its potential implementation within the Genshin Impact universe is a fun and insightful exercise. It showcases how the game's existing mechanics could be adapted to create new and interesting gameplay possibilities. The key is to find a concept that is both thematically resonant, in this case, inspired by Blue Eye Samurai, and mechanically balanced and engaging within the game's framework. This example, using the adaptive counter-interpretation, demonstrates one possible approach, highlighting the complexities and considerations involved in designing a new elemental reaction. This code provides a base you can expand to explore other ideas. Remember that in a real game engine, the apply elemental effect, debuffing, and damage calculation functions would be far more complex, interacting with the game's animation, physics, and AI systems. Okay, let's dive into the fascinating concept of a 1x2 unexpected element reaction inspired by Blue Eye Samurai. While not directly related to chemistry or physics in the traditional sense, we can translate the core ideas of surprise, imbalance, and potent consequence into a creative coding scenario. We'll use Python and a fictionalized interactive environment, like a simple text-based game or a data visualization tool, to illustrate this concept. The core idea, 1x2 element reaction. In this context, a 1x2 element reaction represents a situation where *1 a single, seemingly small, or insignificant element, a piece of information, an action, a variable state, is introduced. Think of it as a single drop of catalyst. *2 this single element interacts with a larger, established system or pairing, two individuals, two contrasting ideologies, a balanced environment. Unexpected element The unexpected element is that the initial action has a completely unpredictable and disproportionate effect. The result is a catalyst. The consequences are far beyond what one would have imagined based on the initial single element. Reaction The outcome of this interaction is a significant shift, often disrupting the balance and leading to powerful, cascading consequences. Applying the idea to Blue Eye Samurai. Think about the story of Mizu. *1, single element. The discovery of Mizu's blue eyes, or even her existence as a half-white, half-Japanese person, is a single piece of information. *2, established system / pairing. The rigid social hierarchy and racial prejudice of Edo-era Japan are the established system. Unexpected element. The fact of a blue-eyed samurai is not meant to exist. Reaction. This single element shatters the societal norms, forces Mizu into a life of hardship and vengeance, and drives the entire narrative forward. It exposes the hypocrisy and fragility of the established order. Coding a 1x2 element reaction, Python example. Let's create a simplified text-based game to illustrate the concept. We'll model a village with a delicate social structure and introduce a single rumor as our element that disrupts the system. Explanation *. 1 Villager class *. Represents a villager with a name, affiliation, role in the village, trust level, and a dictionary tracking their friendships with other villagers. Gain _trust, and lose _trust, methods modify the trust level. 2 Village class *. Represents the village, containing a list of villagers and a stability score. Add _villager, adds a villager to the village and sets initial friendship levels. Display _villagers, prints the status of each villager. Spread _rumor, this is the heart of the 1x2 reaction. Takes a rumor, a target _villager _name, and a source _villager _name as input. Finds the target villager. Direct impact the target villager's trust is reduced. Impact on relationships friendship levels are impacted based on affiliation. Cascading effect village. Stability is recalculated based on the average trust level of all villagers. This is a key element. One rumor can ripple through the entire village and affect its overall well-being. 3 Game setup Asterisk creates a village instance. Asterisk adds several villagers with different affiliations: samurai, farmer, merchant. For game loop asterisk. Asterisk displays the current state of the village, villager information and stability. Asterisk prompts the player to choose an action. Asterisk spread rumor asterisk asks for the rumor text, target villager and source villager, then calls village.spread_rumor. Asterisk do nothing asterisk simulates time passing without any major events. Asterisk quit asterisk ends the game. Asterisk checks for game over conditions. Asterisk village.stability equals 30, the village has collapsed due to low trust. Asterisk village.stability equals 150, the village has achieved great prosperity. How the code demonstrates the 1x2 element reaction asterisk. Asterisk 1, single element. The rumor itself is the single element. It can be something relatively small or seemingly harmless. Asterisk 2, established system / pairing the village with its villagers, their relationships, and the overall stability score represents the established system. The interactions between different affiliations, samurai, farmer, merchant, contribute to the overall system balance. Asterisk unexpected element asterisk the type of rumor, target, and villager are not always related. For example, a farmer might be rumored to be spying for a samurai, which would have unexpected and drastic effects. Asterisk reaction asterisk spread_rumor, method simulates the reaction. The direct impact on the target villager's trust, the cascading effect on village stability, and the potential for the village to collapse demonstrate how a single element, the rumor, can have a disproportionate and destructive effect on the established system. Running the code asterisk. 1. Save the code as a Python file, example village_game.py. 2. Run it from your terminal, Python village_game.py. 3. Follow the prompts to interact with the game. Try spreading different kinds of rumors and observe the consequences. Enhancements and further ideas asterisk. Asterisk more complex relationships asterisk instead of simple trust levels, you could model relationships with more nuanced attributes, respect, fear, envy, etc. Asterisk villager personalities asterisk give villagers different personalities that make them more or less susceptible to rumors. Some might be naturally suspicious, while others are trusting. Asterisk event system asterisk introduce random events, fires, bandit attacks, festivals, that can also affect village stability and relationships. Asterisk visualizations asterisk if you're comfortable with libraries like Matplotlib or Pygamy, you could create a visual representation of the village, with villagers moving around and changing colors based on their trust levels. Asterisk mizu character asterisk introduce a mizu character with a hidden past. How the villagers react to her presence could trigger significant reactions. You could also make the villagers' acceptance / rejection of mizu a key factor in how the village thrives or crumbles. Key considerations for emulating the Blue Eye Samurai theme asterisk. Asterisk outsider influence asterisk focus on how the introduction of something, or someone, from outside the established norms creates a disruption. Asterisk prejudice and fear asterisk model how prejudice and fear amplify the effects of the single element. A rumor about a foreigner might have a much stronger impact than a rumor about a local villager. Asterisk consequences and choices asterisk give the player, if it's an interactive game, meaningful choices that affect the outcome. Can they steer the village towards a more tolerant path, or will fear and prejudice win? By building on this basic framework and incorporating these enhancements, you can create a compelling simulation that explores the themes of the 1x2 element reaction in a way that resonates with the spirit of Blue Eye Samurai. Remember to focus on the interconnectedness of elements and the potential for small actions to have significant and unforeseen consequences. Good luck.